Today's video is sponsored by Audible and will have some spoilers for Into the Dark by Claudia Gray if you haven't read it yet, but we'll largely be talking about things that have been discussed openly in the lead up to the High Republic anyway. The big villain of the era seems to be the Nihil. They're present in every High Republic story so far, but Into the Dark introduces us to a second threat, the Drengir. The Drengir were carnivorous plants with at least some sentience. They could think and reason, but they also seemed to have a fairly one-track mind, concerned only with spreading across the galaxy and devouring meat. Thousands of years before the High Republic, they were able to infest a space station, which was then abandoned by its owners. Eventually, the Sith encountered the station, and even they struggled to defeat the Drengir, so they used the Force to, well, force the plants to lay dormant. That is, until a handful of Jedi, Nihil, and other survivors of the Great Disaster sought refuge there. They inadvertently awakened the Drengir and also had to flee the station. I believe that means the plants are now able to use the station to more freely spread across the galaxy, and it would appear that they are about to take a more central role in the High Republic comic by Cavan Scott. So what is it about the Drengir that makes them so feared by not only the Jedi, but even the Sith, who felt it was necessary to contain these creatures? Not only that, but the Drengir are strong in the dark side of the Force, so you'd think the Sith would treat them as allies. But I don't think the Drengir see it that way. They're kind of like the Ents from Lord of the Rings. They're on nobody's side but their own. First off, they are very difficult to kill. They were able to quickly heal themselves of any damage they took from blasters or even lightsabers. The Force also didn't seem to be as effective on them mentally or physically. The Nihil's gas-based weaponry didn't faze them either. Basically, every regular tool available to the Jedi, the Sith, and the Nihil is ineffective against the Drengir. That's not to say they're unkillable. Reath Silas kills a handful with the radiation of a lightspeed-capable transport pod. Fire seems to work well against them, but they present a new challenge for the Jedi to figure out, and I think it'll play a part in changing some of their philosophies. Second, the Nihil have weapons of their own at their disposal. They are physically imposing and powerful, able to kill beings with brute force, or they can, eat people, but they also have various poisons they can use. One poison infected someone trapped on the station and nearly killed them rather quickly, but a Jedi was captured and poisoned by the Drengir for an extended amount of time, warping his mind until he basically became their servant. It wasn't a direct form of mind control, but it seems close enough. Maybe it weakened a Jedi's mind enough that they were able to mind trick them, suggest actions, and so on. It looks like we're about to see that happen in the High Republic comic. The Jedi Master Skier is already going through a tough time, lashing out in anger and violence at the Nihil. He seems to be close to his own first encounter with the Drengir, who have spread to the agricultural planet Sedri Minor. It looks like they've escaped their prison on the space station and will begin causing more problems for the Jedi on an even larger scale. And Skier could become one of their weapons if they're able to further twist his mind. That's all we really know about the Drengir right now. They're still fairly mysterious. I'm personally kinda skeptical on the concept. Sentient plants are a little silly to me, but we've only just met them, and I trust the Luminous writers to expand on the concept in interesting ways. I'm definitely intrigued by what the comics have in store. It all seems a bit like a distraction from the Nihil, but maybe that's the point. The Drengir are a problem the Jedi don't understand, just like the Nihil. As the Republic and the Jedi are expanding into the Outer Rim, they keep running into not just villains, but people and cultures and ideas that are new to them, and I think we'll see how all these individual events push them closer and closer into the more rigid philosophies we see the Jedi hold in the prequel era. We should learn more on March 3rd with the release of the third issue of the comic. Like I said earlier, this video is brought to you by Audible. Audible is a leading provider of audio content and is a service we use all the time because we go through a lot of Star Wars audiobooks. I love all the Star Wars audiobooks because they're big productions with music and sound effects, so it's like listening to a movie. You can get Into the Dark right now by visiting www.audible.com/StarWarsExplained or by texting Star Wars Explained to 500-500. If you sign up for a free 30-day trial today, you'll get a credit for one free audiobook of any price and full access to the Plus catalog, absolutely free. The Plus catalog contains thousands of select audiobooks, podcasts, Audible originals, and more. Once you get an audiobook or audio drama, it will always be yours. You own that piece of content even if you cancel your membership, and if you get an audiobook you don't like, you can swap it out thanks to Audible's Great Listen Guarantee, which gives you up to a year to exchange an audiobook you didn't like for one you're excited to keep. That offer lasts for as long as you're a member. You can use your credit for Into the Dark or the other High Republic books, or all the other canon novels have audiobooks out right now. If you've been wanting to get into Star Wars audiobooks, now is the perfect risk-free time to try. Start listening with a 30-day Audible trial. Get one audiobook and full access to the Plus catalog absolutely free. Visit audible.com/Star Wars Explained or text Star Wars Explained to 500-500. But that's it for today. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all our Star Wars coverage, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.